Hola clase, ¿cómo están? Excelente. And welcome back to Learning with Senor Cow Cow. All right, there's no Cowie Award today because nobody comments, but that's okay. All right, so we're doing things a little bit differently this week. First of all, if you took our last test before we got out for the learning from home and you made a really good grade on it, like an A or a B, and you're happy with that, then for my class, you're going to be good for a few days. I'm posting this kind of late in the day. It's 3:30 right now. So what we're going to do is this. I'm going to give a chance to make up that test grade, which is going to be a quiz grade now, because I've made it from a test to a quiz. You are going to have a chance to make up that grade. I'm going to go over the material today. We're going to practice tomorrow. We're going to practice Wednesday. And on Thursday, I'm going to publish an online test, online quiz that's good for one day. You can take it one time, and that's it, okay? So that's what we're going to be preparing for. Again, if you are in a good position with that test, you did well. What I'm talking about are the stem changing verbs, things like quiero, piensan, duerme. So check your grade. If it's the stem changing verbs test or quiz now, and you did well on it, then you are good for a few days. So what we're going to do is we're going to prepare for a few days. I'm going to open up that online quiz for you to take, and I will put that grade in. And then after that, what we're going to do is I'm going to go over some more basic things like ser, estar, tener, all of those things. And I'm going to retest a couple of older things to help you be more prepared for Spanish 2 next year. So I would expect probably about 3 more grades to go in the grade book, okay? 2 to 3, but I'm trying to maybe lean towards 3. We'll see. It's not that big of a deal either way. Okay? So, I don't have a warm-up today, so I'm just going to go ahead and jump into it. I'm going to go over all the notes, not as slowly as I usually do, so if you need to pause, if you need to rewind, it's completely fine. It's up to you, okay? So, let me go ahead and switch to this real quick. All right, I'm just going to start at the beginning. Let's start by going over your basic Spanish verbs that we learned, okay? All right, so you tell me. To talk on the phone, or even just to talk. Hablar. Hablar means to talk or speak. To listen. Escuchar. To read. Leer un libro. To play the guitar. Tocar la guitarra. To draw. Dibujar. To study. Estudiar. To learn Spanish. Aprender el español. To run. Correr. To walk. Caminar. Another one you may see is pasear, is like to go on a stroll. To ride a bike. Montar en bicicleta. To play soccer. Jugar al fútbol. This verb to play, jugar, is the one that you use for sports and games. To do homework. Hacer la tarea. To watch TV. Mirar la televisión. To practice sports. Practicar deportes. And you can use that for practice anything. Practice band, practice writing. To cook. Cocinar. To eat. Comer. To drink. Beber or tomar. To work. Trabajar. To rest. Descansar is to rest or relax. And as you know, to sleep is dormir. Okay? Now, also, there are 2 other verbs, and they are, just to let you know, because you're going to see these again. to buy, comprar. To sell is vender. Okay? So don't forget those. Write them down if you need them. Those are just, just to help you here. Okay. Now, if you want to practice those, the ones we just covered, you can go to tinyurl.com/cowcowverbs, and that will take you to this Quizlet. To eat, comer. To drink, beber or tomar. To run, correr, and so on. Okay? It's a bunch of good ones to practice. Now, the next thing that we learned is how to conjugate verbs. Now remember, in the whole Spanish language, there are only 3 kinds of verbs. AR verbs, ER verbs, and IR verbs. It is what that verb ends with. So, these are our subjects. Yo is I. Tú is you, which is informal, like your friend. Él is he. Ella is she. Excuse me. Usted is you, which is formal, like if you want to politely say to a customer or your boss, you are tall, you have the paper, whatever it is. Nosotros or nosotras means we. Vosotros or vosotras is y'all in Spain. Ellos is they. Ellas is they. And then ustedes means you all. Okay? You should know every one of these by now. All right, now these are the verb endings that coordinate with those. Okay, again, yo is I at the top left. O is I at the top left. Okay, so if a verb ends, if you're saying something for I, like I run, it is yo corro. I drink, yo bebo. I live, yo vivo. Okay, so let's go ahead and just say them real quick. O, as, a, amos, ais, an, o, es, e, hemos, eis, en, o, es, e, imos, is, en. All right? These you've got to know all day long, front and back. If you don't get this, you are in trouble. Okay? All right, an infinitive is a verb that has not been conjugated yet. No one's doing it. For example, comer means to eat. Even if you say something like yo comer, that would still mean I to eat. It's not enough. When a verb is conjugated, it means it matches who's doing it. For example, Juan come is how we say Juan eats. That ending lets us know who's doing it. Comemos. If you talk to a native speaker and you said comemos, they would instantly know that means we eat because of the ending you used. It lets them know who's doing it and also when. And again, as you can see, in Spanish, only one word is necessary to accomplish this. In English, we have to have 2 words. We eat. In Spanish, comemos. Now, if you want to say nosotros comemos, you can. You don't have to, and most people generally don't, but you can. All right, so here are the 3 little magic steps to doing this. Number 1, look at the original verb. Oh, sorry, it's been a long day. All right, number 1, look at the original verb. When you see the word comer, that ER just needs to jump out at you. Comer. Okay, this is an ER verb, which means you're only going to use these endings. You're not going to say comamos. You're not going to say comimos. None of that. If it's an ER verb, it's only these. The right tool for the right attachment. Okay, so now we've established it's an ER verb. Then you get rid of the last 2 letters, so you just have com. And then finally, you add the appropriate ending, which is comemos. Okay, so now what started as comer, which only says to eat, has become comemos. We eat. Okay? All right. I would suggest pausing the video here and trying these now. All right. We eat. Comemos fruta. She runs. Ella corre. They live in Venezuela. Ellos viven en Venezuela. All right. So if you want to practice those, you can go to tinyurl.com/cow conjugation. Okay, spell it carefully. This link does work. Cow conjugation, and that will take you to this Quizlet. To drink, beber. I drink, yo bebo. He drinks, bebe. We drink, bebemos. They drink, beben. To walk, caminar. I walk, camino, and so on. Not all of your verbs are on here, but a good number of them are. It's a good place to practice. All right. Now, this is what your test was over. It's what your makeup quiz is going to be over. So pay good attention. So present tense conjugation, we just covered that. Okay, and I'll just start here. Like I said, we run, corremos. They live, viven. I talk, hablo. All right. Now here's what you have to know for your makeup grade. Stem changing verbs. Some special verbs require one additional step when conjugating them. They have one letter that will change for most conjugations. For example, dormir is what we call an O to UE stem changer. This O, when you hit it, it's like it explodes. It goes, and it splits into UE. Okay, so, and this is the magic boot. Whatever you put inside the boot changes into something else, and whatever you don't stays outside. Oh, y'all, so unprofessional. I'm sorry, I'm tired. Whatever does not go in the magic boot stays the same. Okay, so listen to how it changes. Dormir, duermo. Dormir, duermes. Dormir, duerme. Back out here, nothing magical is happening. Dormir, dormimos. Dormir, dormís. But back in here where it's magic again, dormir, duermen. Okay, so you can't just put an ending on like we've been doing. You can't say yo dormo. It sounds horrible. You say yo duermo. All right? These are the verbs that you need to know. Okay, so let's have a look at them. Querer means to want. Preferir is to prefer. Pensar is to think or plan. Empezar is to begin. All of these are what we call E to IE stem changers. The E, when you get to it, usually is going to turn into an IE when you're inside that boot. So it's things like quiero, prefiero, pienso, empiezo. These are O to UE stem changers. So, dormir, to sleep, poder, to be able, which is the Spanish way of saying that you can do something. Encontrar is to find. These O's turn into UEs, just like you saw here. The O turns to UE. Then you have your E to I stem changers. Servir means to serve. Pedir is to order or ask for. So these become things like sirvo, pide, things like that. And finally, jugar is a U to UE. So that one means to play, again, a sport or a game. Okay, so if you want to say I play soccer, you say yo juego al fútbol. All right, here's a chance for y'all to practice. If I were y'all, I would pause the video right now and give it a try. Go. All right, this goes yo juego, ellos sirven, nosotros queremos. Okay, what does the first one say? I play soccer at the school. Number 2 says they serve the food. Number 3 says we want to eat. To run. We want to run. Queremos correr. Notice we don't conjugate this one because correr means to run. So word for word, we want to run. Queremos correr. All right, with verbs like querer, you only conjugate the first verb just like you do in English, okay? And here's to show you again some examples. Quiero comer, word for word. I want to eat. Prefiere dormir. He prefers to sleep. Piensan nadar. They plan to swim. They plan to swim. Okay, don't worry about that. All right. So your last thing is this tiny URL, and this is tinyurl.com/cowcowstems, and that will take you to this Quizlet. So, to want, querer, to prefer, preferir, to think or plan, pensar, okay, and so on, and then it gives you some practice. I want to run. Quiero correr. He prefers to read. Prefiere leer. They play soccer. Juegan al fútbol. This is a really, really good page. Spend some time here. Again, I'm going to show you these links again. This is the list of verbs. This is how to do conjugation. And this is the most important one, which is preparing for Thursday's online quiz. You have to know your verbs. When I'm talking about your verbs, I'm saying this list of verbs. It's 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. It's 10 verbs. All right? You've got to know these. If you don't know these, you're going to have blanks and you're going to be in some trouble. Okay? You've got until Thursday. This is Monday. And this is the second time learning this. All right? So again, this is for my people who want a higher grade on that quiz. Study your list of verbs. Go back over this lesson if you need to. Okay? You got to know how they behave, know how to use. All right. So get practicing. We will practice some more tomorrow and Wednesday, and then we'll have that quiz Thursday. All right, I will see you then. Adios.